These are the Stokke Tripp Trapp chairs, and they are Scandinavian design classics. Norwegians can't get enough of these. And that's because they are made out of wood, they're really sturdy, and although the simplistic design, they have an infinite amount of adjustability. And they come with a lot of features. You get tables, you get straps, you get cup holders, you got a various amount of pillows, but the best feature is they're easy to clean. What's not easy to clean though are the pillows, which are made out of fabric and spend most of the time in the washing machine, because having kids are messy business. And that got me thinking, if the chairs are easy to clean, why not make the pillows easy as well? So I'm making them in leather. So when you are wiping down the chairs, you can wipe down the pillows and go on with your day. What you see me doing here is making a template. I'm not doing a lot of measuring, I'm just using some tape around the edges to get an equal spacing, and then I trace the outline of the seat onto the paper, and then I just cut along the line, and voila, a template. And for good measure, I fold it in half just to see that it is symmetrical. And then it's time to break out the sewing kit and some materials. And first is the backing material. Here I'm just roughly cutting it to size so I don't have to wrestle with the entire sheet. And when I'm finished with the backing material, I repeat the process for the leather. It's worthwhile spending a bit of time making sure you're wasting as little leather as possible. And there is a reason I'm not cutting close to the template, which we'll get into in a few seconds. This is not the nicest leather you can get, but I like the rough look. And a bonus to that, it's cheaper than the high quality stuff. And by high quality, I mean appearance, because the material quality here is top notch. These cushions might not outlast the chairs themselves, but they're gonna last for as long as we're gonna have them. As you can see, I'm not cutting along the line. Now this is a mistake I've done more often than I would like to admit. You trace the template and you start cutting, and then you realize, fuck, that line is showing the final size of the cushion. But you need to leave some extra space because you're gonna flip it inside out, and then you're gonna sew along that outer edge, and then you're gonna pull it inside out. And if you cut up until that line, you're gonna end up with a too small a cushion. Now, if it weren't for copyright issues, I would put some Queen here, because everybody knows Freddie Mercury was a singer. As I said, here you can see me sewing well outside the marked line. This will make me able to flip it inside out and still maintain the original size of the cushion. To be honest, flipping these ones inside out were a pain in the ass. I broke the stitching several times, which made me have to go back and fix it, but I plowed through and got it right eventually. And there you have it. The finished, well, not finished, but all the sewing is finished and now we're off to doing leather work, which basically is more sewing, just manually, which takes longer and are a pain to your fingers and doesn't look as good. But hey, arts and crafts. I've covered this in a previous video, and this is a really simple process. You just take the fork thingy and the hammer and you make a lot of holes. Then you take a needle and some waxed thread and you start sewing. A lot. And then some. And when you're really tired, you got a lot more sewing to do. One should think in our day and age that you could get a sewing machine to do this. And you do. Except it costs the same as a small car. Maybe even a medium-sized one. So yeah, I'm doing this the manual way. Because that's the cheapest way. And my time's not worth, well, a car. Closing up the hole where I turned the cushion inside out turned out to be the most difficult part of the project. The challenge was to get the top and bottom material to line up while you punch the hole and then make them stay there until we get a needle and a thread through. I found that using a lot of clamps really helped, but still, this took a long time. And there you have it. The first cushion is complete. Now I won't make you sit through the next one. As you can see, it's a bit wrinkled, but that'll iron out perfectly. Now of course I would like to use the Iron Man theme song here, but as we talked about earlier, copyright issues. I just don't have that kind of money. And voila, the finished result. Now I will admit that these need some Velcro on the back, because these babies are sliding on top of these chairs like Bambi on ice. But other than that, works great.